Good day, everyone. For today's discussion, we're going to have an introduction to technical writing. And here are the objectives. At the end of the discussion, students should be able to define and compare technical writing to other types of written communication, understand the different elements and characteristics of technical writing, discuss the components of technical writing, acquire the general knowledge about technical writing, and find pleasure in communicating effectively with the people around them. But before we proceed to our discussion, I wanted to first watch this video in order for you to have some prior idea of what technical writing is. So just sit back and relax as you meet the technical writers at Google.
Hi, I'm Matt Werner, and I'm a technical writer here at Google.
My name is Peggy, and I am a technical writer here at Google.
My name's Scott, and I'm a technical writer.
So a technical writer does a lot of things at Google. Our core role is to write documentation.
It's someone who takes technical information and converts it into easy to understand help content.
Technical writing is about helping people accomplish something without any roadblocks, without any barriers.
We are the user advocates. We are their proxies. So we stand in for them during product development, during the design process, and we voice what we think would make the product better for them. And all of that is translated into our documentation.
Sometimes technical writing is more like deleting. You just have to get rid of the information that's getting in the way and help people accomplish what they want.
So it's not just online help. It could also be user guides, tutorials, videos, training, error messages in the UI, things of that nature.
It's an opportunity to design and communicate in new creative ways.
So I feel that I've made an impact when I know that the customer is successful, that I'm delivering the user the information that they need to know. We really want to help our end users have the best experience with our products, making sure that we're messaging Google's products correctly to all these different audiences and making sure that we're having the most impact.
I absolutely believe my work helps people because you get to work on technology that is changing the world.
It's been a very eye-opening experience kind of working with people of different languages, different cultures, different backgrounds. Really work on making sure that we're messaging Google's products correctly to all these different audiences and making sure that we're having the most impact.
Technical jargon, easy speak. That's the goal.
So the question is, what is technical writing? Well, technical writing is not a literature. It's neither a prose which recounts the fictional tales of characters nor poetry which expresses deeply felt universal emotions through simile and metaphor. Technical writing is neither an expressive essay narrating an occurrence nor an expository essay analyzing a topic. It is also not journalism written to report the news, and it does not focus on poetic images nor describe personal experiences. Instead, technical writing is an instructional manual for repairing machinery, a memo listing meeting agendas, a letter to a client, or a recommendation report proposing a new computer system. So why is technical writing important? As an educator, the question would be, why would I want to teach technical writing? Don't I have enough to teach now without adding one more assignment or series of assignments to my curriculum? What's the point? Well, when our students are employed and have to write on the job, will they write essays? The answer is no. Our students, when employed, will not write essays at work. They will write essays while working on their college degrees. They might even be asked to write an essay on their job application when applying for work. However, once the job begins, essays end. So what takes the place of the essay? The answer is technical writing. We write memos, letters, reports, email, proposals, instructions, and even web pages. That's why technical writing is important. It is the type of written communication that our students will be responsible for on the job. Is technical writing a necessary component of every employee's professional skill? Well, daily, newspapers tell us that employers want to hire people who can communicate effectively, both in writing and orally. And career counselors reiterate this. In fact, we are told that on the job, an employee will spend at least 20% of his or her time writing. And this number increases as an employee's responsibilities increase. And managers, on the other hand, spend up to 50% of their time writing, while CEOs spend between 80 to 100% of their work week communicating. So how does technical writing compare or contrast to traditional essays? Well, technical writing is different from other types of written communication. If that's the case, does that mean that you must relearn all your teaching skills to accommodate this new communication beast? Absolutely not. Many of the writing skills you already teach are applicable to technical writing, and others are less valid. And technical writing would come in handy for some students. When they enter the job market, they could benefit by knowing how to write at work. But what about our college-bound students? Why would they need technical writing? College lasts only for 6 years. In K 12, we should continue to prepare our students for college by teaching essays. In addition, we should prepare them for what comes next, which is their job. And after they graduate, they go to work where they will write memos, letters, and reports. And the career and technical education students, which are the students who will work as mechanics, welders, office help, or daycare center assistants, can benefit by learning how to write technical documents. However, our students who acquire associate degrees and bachelor degrees, those are the students who go on to become computer programmers, CAD or CAM operators, dental hygienists, fashion specialists, graphic artists, engineers, architects, accountants, doctors, and lawyers. They will also need to write memos, letters, and reports. So here are some comparisons or contrasts between technical writing and essay. In terms of development, technical writing uses examples, anecdotes, testimony, data, and research. So the same goes with essay, so same for both in terms of development. And when it comes to grammar, it is important for both. When it comes to organization, technical writing provides an introduction, body, and conclusion. It also uses a subject line versus a thesis and itemization of points versus transitional words. And it uses topic sentences only when needed, dependent upon the type and length of correspondence. In essays, it provides an introduction, thesis statement, body paragraphs, transitional words, and topic sentences. So they are similar in some ways but different in others. When it comes to style, technical writing uses short denotative words, short sentences, and short paragraphs, while essays use longer connotative words, longer sentences, and longer paragraphs. So they are different when it comes to style. And in terms of document design, technical writing uses highlighting techniques such as graphics, headings, subheadings, various fonts, white space, bullets, etc. And essays, it's not usually a factor, so they are different when it comes to document design. And here are the 5 components of writing. First is development. If you have been teaching your students to develop their essays using such traditional means as examples, anecdotes, testimony, data, and research, then teaching technical writing will not be a strain. And the same development techniques are applicable when the students write memos, letters, and reports. Next, we have grammar. As we all know, grammar is very important in essays, but it might be more important in technical writing, whereas errors often can hide in longer essays. Those same errors loom large in one-page memos or letters. In a survey of over 700 technical writers asked to list important aspects of correspondence, 98% ranked correct grammar as an essential component of successful writing. Therefore, grammar is not merely the concern of English teachers, but professional writers and business people also perceive it as essential. Next, we have organization. Essays employ topic sentences, transition between and within paragraphs, and a thesis statement. On the other hand, in technical writing, it usually does not. In a memo, letter, or report, the thesis would be replaced by a subject line, and the different aspects of organization help distinguish technical writing from essays. And since paragraphs are shorter in technical writing, often between 1 to 3 sentences, than in many essays, topic sentences are less important, and the transitional words and phrases in an essay can be replaced by an enumerated list, or by a list of bullets, or by headings and subheadings. Next, we have the style. So this pertains to word usage, sentence structure, and paragraph length. Of greater importance is the different style used in essays versus technical writing. Essays rely on longer, more connotative words, or more complex syntax, or more detailed paragraphs. While technical writing, in contrast, demands short, denotative words, simple sentences, short paragraphs with information clarified through graphics like pie charts, line graphs, etc. And it has everything to do with audience and purpose. The reader of technical writing does not have time nor necessarily an interest in the subject matter. Try to envision this scenario. It is the night before Christmas, and your children are asleep, and you are trying to put together a Christmas present, like a doll, a train set, or any other toys. To assemble this present, you are sitting on the floor, and you have been sitting there for like 2 hours as your aching back attest, and you are trying to read the complicated instructions which accompanied by the toy, and those instructions are a type of technical writing, and you do not enjoy the activity. In fact, you just want to end the task and go to sleep. That is a typical technical writing situation. The same holds true when you read an instruction to install a software, build a cabinet, lay a tile, or any other task. People do not read technical writing, such as instructions, for pleasure, and the writing is a means to an end. Thus, to help people accomplish the task as quickly and as efficiently as possible, the writing style should be concise, meaning there should be just short words, short sentences, and short paragraphs. And for the last one, we have document design. So document design refers to the physical layout of the correspondence. Essays consist of many words separated by indentations to create paragraphs. Technical writing, in contrast, uses highlighting techniques and graphics for visual appeal to help the reader access and understand the data. And here are the characteristics of technical writing. Technical writing, just as any other form of writing, has certain characteristics which distinguish it from other types of writing. It is very different from writing opinion pieces, essays, prose, nonfiction, or nonfiction. Technical documents are written in a business writing style rather than one that is academic or creative in nature. So for the first characteristic, it must be clear. Technical writing presents information clearly, leaving little to no room for misunderstanding. It requires the use of clear and concise sentences. It must also be straightforward, meaning it requires relaying information in a way that is direct and straight to the point without the use of literary devices. The language used in technical writing should be very precise. It should be describing objects and procedures in an exact manner. And of course, it should be easily understood. Effective technical writers avoid words that people may not understand, and they avoid eloquent writing style. Next, we have denotative meanings. This type of writing relies on the denotative meanings of words to ensure that misunderstandings don't occur due to differing interpretations based on connotation. Technical writing is also very detailed and informative, leaving nothing to the imagination. And the perfect example of technical writing is a textbook. And most textbooks describe the subject matter as fully as possible. Technical writing is also very structured. This type of writing needs to have an obvious composition that makes it easy for readers to follow along, and the audience needs to be able to rely on technical writing for step-by-step instructions. Technical documentation should be designed with skimmability in mind. So it's easy for the readers to scan through the full document and easily find information they need. And technical writers should incorporate meaningful descriptive headings and include a complete table of contents or index. And the focus should be on problem solving. Technical documents should be created with problem solving in mind. Readers use these documents to learn how to perform certain tasks or gain technical information, so they should be easy to follow and organize in a way that's easy to refer back to as questions come up. And here are some of the documents that use technical writing. Many types of documents are written in a technical writing style, and technical writing is found everywhere. So the first document that we have here is user manuals. So documents that provide instructions such as user manuals are a perfect example of technical writing. When readers open a user manual, their goal is to be informed about the product so they can use it correctly and as efficiently as possible. Next, we have lab reports. So lab reports are another example of technical writing. The main purpose of a lab report is to explain the occurrences in a lab so that others will be able to gain information. And let's say we have driving directions. So even driving directions can be considered a type of technical writing. Their goal is to clearly and efficiently provide instructions on how to go from point A to point B. Technical writing is not for everyone. This type of writing can be very difficult for some people, especially those who prefer a creative approach to writing. Technical writing requires a focus on factual information and procedures, and writers must be able to translate information that is sometimes hard to comprehend into terms that people who are not expert on the topic will be able to read and follow along without misunderstanding. And clarity rather than creativity is the key to effective technical writing. So these are just some of the reasons why some people find it difficult to deal with this type of writing. That's why it is said that technical writing is not for everyone. And that's all for today's discussion. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you learned a lot.